If you've been around the anime or manga community in the past few years, and even more so in the past couple of weeks, you've probably seen this face somewhere around your timeline. Releasing in 2019, Spy Family was able to establish itself in the manga world relatively quickly. 2 years later, it was able to crack the 8th spot of 2021's best-selling manga with a casual 4.9 million copies sold. The anime adaptation was announced, and now that it has actually started airing, Spy Family has absolutely taken the new season by storm with a very strong first episode filled with action, great animation, voice acting, and most important attribute of all, meme-worthy reaction faces. Today I'm looking to answer one simple question for new fans looking to get into the series. So before you spend your precious time, is Spy Family actually worth watching? Let's dive in. In a world of intrigue and danger, a master spy known only as Twilight of Westalis begins his toughest mission of all. Infiltrate the neighboring country of Ostania, extract information from a powerful politician named Donovan Desmond, and prevent him from sparking conflict between the two nations. Unfortunately, Donovan is a known hermit who only comes out during special gatherings in the prestigious Eden Academy where his children attend. Agent Twilight must now infiltrate the academy, but in order to do this, he must acquire a wife and a child to play family with him. Now disguising himself as psychiatrist Loid Forger, our spy goes on to adopt the smartest child he can find in a shady orphanage, and he ends up with a daughter named Anya, who unbeknownst to him, actually has the power to read minds. As for his wife, he was able to meet a woman named Yor, who Anya later finds out through telepathic means is actually the infamous assassin known as Thorn Princess. The spy, the telepath, and the assassin must now hide their secrets from each other while living under the same roof and trying to accomplish their respective missions while playing the part of a normal, happy family. For a lot of people who start reading or watching the series, the setup alone is usually enough of a hook to get people to invest their time into this world and its story. It lends itself to a situation where all sorts of hilarity is bound to ensue. But the biggest strength of Spy Family, in my opinion, is not the setup, but the characters.
Let me explain.
The comedy, of course, is a big part of the series, especially when it involves Anya. A child who is anything but normal, needing to act normal for the sake of her spy father's mission, is dark but funny at the same time with how she interprets what normal is supposed to look like and then failing at the impersonation. This is amplified when Yor comes into the picture with her assassin background and her equal share of batshit craziness. With both mother and father trying to hide their real identities, we're left with Anya the telepath as the character that has the full understanding of what's happening in every scene, so we see these situations from her perspective for the majority of the time, with her limited understanding as a child. This is really the comedic pattern that this show has mastered, and it just gets better and better as Anya starts experiencing more in life. Things like going to school, taking an exam, making friends, going out for fun. Every little situation somehow always has a twist when it involves the Forgers. But in the midst of this comedy, what really makes Spy Family shine is when it shifts its tone from hilarious to suddenly hitting you in the feels. The world that this story takes place in is a world where peace is fragile. War is rampant, people are dying left and right, and children losing their families are a common story. There's a reason why Loid became a spy. Anya didn't randomly come into the world with the ability to read minds, and Yor isn't an assassin for the sake of killing people. The simple quality that made Spy Family as popular as it is in a manga world, and the same quality that, in my opinion, has the potential to make this anime of the season, is simply the unexpected death that the show provides. Beneath the comedy and the laughter is a story of three people from different extremes of life learning how to become normal. The cold spy rekindles his lost empathy and learns what it means to become a genuine father. The telepath experiences normality and regains the childhood that was lost to her before she even had the awareness of what's going on around her. The assassin finds love and comfort in a world that was previously suspicious and cold to her. What makes this show really special is that in the midst of all the amusing things that Anya, Yor, and Loid get up to, we also start to see them slowly build their relationship as a real family. And whenever these moments of growth pop up throughout the episode is when the show is at its strongest. Now, before we move forward, a lot of people also ask, should I watch the anime or read the manga? As somebody who actually read the manga first before watching the anime, I can confidently say that for this one in particular, you definitely should start with the anime. Wit Studio, the studio that previously did Attack on Titan, and Cloverworks, who is known for last season's Dress Up Darling, and other shows like Horimiya and Bunny Girl Senpai, are collaborating for this anime adaptation. If you've seen any of these shows, you'd know that both of these studios are amazing at what they do, action and slice of life respectively. And since Spy Family is an action comedy slice of life, both of these studios are able to just absolutely flex on what they're good at. The action scenes are already insane, and the feel moments hit just right, and all of this you can see in the very first episode. Not to mention that Anya's VA is absolutely killing it. She's adding a dose of realism into how Anya speaks that makes it very easy to convince the audience that this is a child. Anya is quite literally someone that most people in real life would still consider a baby. In manga form, that's hard to convey because you're just looking at images and text, and the way that they draw Anya in the manga is obviously for comedic purposes and, heavily exaggerated. But with audio, moments where she's vulnerable hits a lot harder. And that goes the same way for the comedic scenes as well. Manga form Anya was cute and memeable. Anime form Anya is a must protect. Out of everything in this show, I think she benefits the most with the added audio and animation.
I've only for a day and a half, but if anything happened to him, I would kill everyone in this room and then myself.
Initially, the setting of Spy Family is an absolute complicated mess, but like the Forgers, it somehow provides the perfect setup for hilarity and unexpectedly heartwarming moments as these three learns what it means to be a genuine family. Without the juggernauts of last season, now is the perfect time for a new show to establish themselves, and I think Spy Family has the biggest chance of doing it from what's currently airing. That's it for today, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
私がキメラだ。よろしくお願いするメス。